Welcome. The next step in the process is letting go of what's holding you back. In other words, is it time, energy, is it money, is it education? What is it that you believe that is stopping you from meeting your goal? And I'm going to share this with you. The answer is nothing. The answer is you. Let go of what you got to get something bigger. Fear is the worst. In other words, when you think about fear being the thing that's going to hold you back, absolutely false evidence appearing real. Now you think about that. I've got a goal over here. I want to get to that goal, but I'm going to stop because if that happens, then what's going to happen? In other words, you're thinking too much about the negative, half empty as opposed to half full. So thinking about the whole concept of letting go, how you do anything is how you do everything. So the idea behind letting go and putting things together, it's really simple. I mean, the best way I can say it to you is this. It's conditioning. When people are conditioned for a certain level of success, that's where they go to. Now all of a sudden you get this dream that's bigger than you and you're thinking, gee, I can't do this because if I do, then I'll be doing a lot better. In other words, things will be at this level. Animal trainers understand this principle of conditioning people, conditioning animals, okay? Think about it. In fact, they can take baby elephants and put these huge chains on their feet. They can drive it into the ground, and when that little elephant pulls on it, ouch, can't get it out. All of a sudden, this goes on and on and on, till finally it hurts enough that finally they stop pulling on it. Now the elephant keeps growing, and it grows to 2 tons. And because it was conditioned as a baby, right, that they could not get the chain up out of the ground, that they know when they pull on it, it's gonna hurt, that they stop actually pulling on the chain. So you think about that same concept of how we condition ourselves, that we know that we can do so well and we can do so much, but for this dream that we have out here, this unbelievable dream that we can live our life in abundance, that we condition ourselves through childhood, through our family, through different people saying that you can't do it, that we start believing it. We have to recondition ourselves and start believing that we can rather than we cannot. Now, I took a whole team of people and we took them skydiving. Now, how did I get them to go skydiving? Nobody's thinking, oh my goodness, I'm gonna go skydiving. You know, a lot of people wanted to go, but it was kind of the end of a life training program that I did. And I said, for the rally and for the finale of this whole thing, we're gonna go on a field trip. And I told them what we were gonna do. Some people were excited, some people were not. And I told everybody, you don't have to go skydiving, but you get to go on the field trip. Now, the interesting thing about that was by depressuring them and letting them know that you don't have to jump, but it's part of an experience that we're going to do together. Everybody went and everybody got onto the bus. We all went out there to Lake Elsinore and they gave us a big, beautiful overview of what's going to go on and educated us on all the different things that happen on skydiving. And so after we got done with this 2-hour presentation, now it's volunteers going, okay? Well, after we got educated, right, and everybody understood what it was and the safety factors that were involved, every single person went up and every single person skydived. We had 50 people skydive that day, and it was because they conditioned themselves through education, and then what they did was they were able to break through that fear. After we actually all jumped out of the plane, right? And of course, I jumped out first. Phenomenal, phenomenal experience. You know, you're rushing, you're coming out of the plane and you're falling, you know, you're going down and you open that chute and bam, you come up and it's a wonderful feeling. You come down and you just can't believe the feeling after you skydive. It's just an unbelievable feeling. I asked everybody after the event, what was the most scariest part about it? And every single person said the same thing, one thing, thinking about it. They were thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it, and after they actually did it, they actually went through that process, it was over. The fear was over. What do you want to do now? I want to go up and I want to go do it again. So the thing is, once you understand the steps, and you don't always have to understand the steps, but you have to break through the fear. Be safe and then be fearless. Break through your fear by educating yourself, listening, looking out there. Breaking through is important. And how do you break through? Just by letting go of what's holding you back. When somebody says you can't, fuel the fire. Say, I can, because. And as you keep going and you keep taking that step, one step at a time, you'll start finding the resistance, okay? And if you stop with that resistance, it's over. But the journey of 1,000 miles starts with that first little baby step. You know, even pilots know this, and they learn this in training, in the very basics, that in order to fly that plane, you've got to have that wind resistance against you. And the more resistance you got, the easier it is to take that plane and just pull it right up. You guys, this is the easiest thing to understand. Obstacles are opportunities. Take those obstacles that are holding you back, break through them, and know that you need to embrace them. Every one of those obstacles are going to move you closer to the power of your dream. They're going to give you more fuel for your fire. They're going to help you to grow. And I can't wait to see you break through. Don't let anybody tell you that you cannot, because you have everything it takes right now. It's the excuses, I can't because I don't have the education, it's gonna be hard, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, my family won't let me. It doesn't matter, none of that matters. Focus your energies on your why. In other words, when I get here, this is what it's gonna feel like, this is what's gonna happen, here's how it's gonna be for me, and I'm willing to go against the grain to get there. Anybody who's ever accomplished anything got there because they said, I don't care, I'm gonna turn around and stand against the wind, and I'm gonna get to my goal. So the key is break through what's holding you back. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't make it happen. And when you get some resistance, resistance is good. You might feel fear, worry, and then anxiety. That's good, because you know what? That means that you're standing on the edge. That means that you're getting closer. It's gonna be a little uncomfortable, but think about it. When it's uncomfortable, that's know that you are getting closer to your goal. We're gonna talk next time about the plan of action that goes into that. But for right now, write down all the things that you feel that are holding you back. Take them one at a time and say, if I could be, do, have, and I knew I could not fail, what would be the possibilities? If I could be, do, and have anything, if I knew that it was possible, what would I attempt? And you know what? You're gonna start thinking in those terms, and you know that all these obstacles are just simply things that are gonna get in the way to help you. So we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.